Hello and welcome to a show where we discuss important and crucial events happening around the world. Today we have Pankaj Vohra, who is the managing editor of the Sunday Guardian, and we will have a discussion on various topics from India to the world. So first question would be from our immediate neighbor, Bangladesh, who has been facing a very violent situation since the past weeks. And we also know that Hasina, she is staying in Delhi for the moment, and she is even planning to seek asylum in UK, which is now seeing a very harsh reality for her. So my question is, what are the protocols for her to stay in India, and till when can we expect her to stay in India? And apart from that, what will be the reaction of the current interim government in Bangladesh against Hasina staying in India?
You know, it's a very sensitive and delicate situation that has emerged and has put India on in a real thinking mode, because the maximum ramifications of whatever is happening in Bangladesh will be felt in India, and that's why it's a matter of great worry and concern. Yes, Sheikh Hasina has been very close to India, and she enjoys rather a special relationship with India, regardless of whichever party has been in power. But her ouster, and after which she has come, is now staying put at the Hindon Air Force Base, is also causing concern, because the current regime of Bangladesh and the people there who were hostile to her and were instrumental in ousting her, are not going to take this as a very good signal that India is basically protecting her or giving her shelter. So it will be a very difficult decision for India to make, whether to help her to prolong her stay here or facilitate her political asylum, whether to any Western country or one of the erstwhile Soviet republics like Belarus. That is also a subject of speculation. So let time alone will tell. But whatever has happened in Bangladesh, and it on 5th August when Sheikh Hasina had to flee, is also a reflection on maybe lack of foresight on our part to anticipate this, or you can say that to some degree failure of our intelligence system. But since it has happened, it is now a reality. We have to look forward and see how best we can now mend our relations with the new regime, and also ensure that our security and security of our states which border Bangladesh is not threatened. Very few people may know that India has the longest border with Bangladesh. It is over 4,000 miles. It's more than what it has with China or with any other, with Pakistan or anyone else. So this is a very tricky situation, and I'm sure the Foreign Office must be taking adequate steps to overcome whatever is the problem.
Yes, so you talked about security, and since we have the longest border there, can we expect aggression and violence from that side, and maybe an influx of refugees in India?
No, refugees, from Bangladesh have been coming in to India. Assam has flagged this issue. It is also a matter of thing in Tripura and West Bengal and many other places where there's a anti-Bangla feeling, because people of the, I mean, not in West Bengal, but at other places where people feel that the Bengalis coming from there will affect the culture or the traditions which are prevalent in these states.
Indian parts.
And the influx will increase, but what is going to cause greater worry is that if the regime which has taken over remains hostile, and if it is going to act at the behest of foreign powers, as the suspicion right now is, they will try to pump in arms or other kinds of things to destabilize the Indian state. So that is where we have to be very vigilant and ensure that our country remains intact and our interests are protected under any circumstances.
Yes, of course. While talking about interest, we know that a lot of Indian Hindus, are concerned about the violence against Hindus in Bangladesh. People are being harassed, women are being raped there, temples have been vandalized as well. People are demanding that the government of India should take certain action against the Bangladesh, should take some sort of action to protect them, those people. So, is there even a slightest chance of what India can do in that situation? People demanding is one thing, and the powers of government to interfere in the matters of another country is different. So, what do you have to say on
No,
that?
India has to lodge a very strong protest against genocide against any section. Now the Hindus who are being acted against are Bangladesh citizens. So technically they do not come under India, but India has always encouraged a policy of giving shelter to refugees or migrants who come from Muslim dominated countries and seek refuge or asylum in India. So I'm sure that that matter must be under active consideration here. But whenever there's a regime change, whether in Pakistan or in Afghanistan or now in Bangladesh, Hindus get targeted, and it is very sad that this is happening. And the way temples are vandalized, is also a matter of great shame and worry. And normally speaking, people would expect Bangladesh to observe secular principles and ensure the safety of the minorities.